Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. How are you all? Hope you all are fine. Um, Today, I'm going to give a demo on in Vedantu. This is my demo, and let me introduce myself first. My name is Hafiza Jamal. I did my schooling from St. Teresa's High School, and my inter and my graduation from St. Anne's Degree College, Medipatnam. And later on, I did my MBA from Finance and HR as major and minor subjects from Shadan College. And later I did my B.Ed. Recently I did my B.Ed in 17 to 19 batch. In that I did internship of 6 months, 3 months in one of the government schools and other government schools, two government schools. I did 6 months internship. Later I did my this 1 year experience. I received 1 year experience from Hidayah International School, Medipatnam, in science and English as my specialized subjects. And I did my B.Ed from bioscience and English subjects from Shadan College, OU University. And about Vedant, I came to know about Vedant from this online search. I was searching for many other job interviews and all the home tuitions and all. I was searching for home tuitions and online work. There I got to know about Vedant and in my search and my during advertisements and all things which I received online. In that Vedant is a good platform where a student and a teacher both can explore more about the concept and ideas about the subject and new methods and methodologies of teaching and learning, both the things, and improving oneself and their performance in academics as well as for the overall growth of children by benefiting both student as well as teacher. It's a very interactive teaching platform where we can learn and as well as teach the students, and it's a good learning experience for me as well as the students to know about the new concepts and new learning methods. And by doing learning by doing activities in science, it's very must to learn by doing. So it's a learning by doing method in reading science by doing some activities and all. Today I am going to talk about the concept. My subject is science, and in the science I am going to talk about cell structure and functions. And I got motivated from my science teacher when I was in school, during my 6th and 7th class, and during my high school studies. I was very much inspired by my science teacher and English teacher. They were my inspiration to become a teacher further. I was planning for my doctor's profession, but later I did my B.Ed and I joined teaching profession. Teaching is a very excellent profession where we can learn and explore more things, as well as it's a very interactive and collaborative method of knowing the students as well as helping them to get and achieve according to their needs, and benefiting both the students as well as the teachers as well as the parents and whole community. So it's a good platform. So coming to my topic, cell structure and its functions. Cell is what? What do you mean by cell? See, cell is a basic structural functional unit of life or an organism. See, what do you mean by an organism? Organisms are living organisms and non-living organisms. When you come to know about organisms, organisms are living organisms and non-living organisms. And the cell here is a basic structure and functional unit of life. This is the definition of cell. Whereas cell is what? What do you mean by a cell? Cell helps in building, it's a building block of all the organisms, whether it's a living organism or a non-living organism, each one have cells, okay. Cells discovery was been made by Robert Hooke. The scientist named Robert Hooke discovered about cells by observing under microscope. The Robert Hooke observed under microscope the cells, okay. Cells here what? Cells, how you can know about cells here is, cells are the building blocks of life. For example, like bricks. Bricks are what? They are the building blocks of a building. Like this, the bricks are arranged one above the other. Here, these are the bricks which acts like cells. Okay? We are comparing bricks with the cells. Okay? Where cells here are like bricks, they are having cell wall. Like these are the cells which are observed under microscopes. These are the cells which were observed by Robert Hooke, who was a scientist who discovered in 1666. In 1666, he discovered about the cells under microscope or a magnifying glass. At that time, there was a magnifying device made by the Robert Hooke. He observed this in a cork. Cork means bark of a tree. Robert Hooke observed in a cork, bark of tree. He observed this slide, bark of tree. He took the smear or a sample of the bark of tree and he observed under a microscope about the cell. Okay, cell is the basic structural function unit of life. He observed that in this bricks, like the bricks acts as building blocks of life for construction of buildings. Same way, cells act as building blocks of life for the human beings or the living beings. Okay, but the Robert Hooke observed these cells under microscope by taking the sample of a bark of a tree, which is a dead tissue. It's a dead form. It's a non-living form. So what he observed here is that dead cells. They are the dead cells. So under his study, he observed that these dead cells will have what all things it has? It has a cell wall or a cell membrane. It has, and it has cytoplasm. But nucleus, no nucleus. Nucleus is absent. Okay. So this was the thing. When coming about the cell structure, how you will define cell structure? See, cells are of two types. In organisms, you find cells are of two types. Cells in living organisms. They are either unicellular organisms. There are two types of cells. They are either unicellular or multicellular organism. See, unicellular organism, depending upon their number of cells, how you will based on the number of cells, we are classifying into two these cells, living cells. They are unicellular, either unicellular or multicellular. Unicellular based on the number of cells. How many cells are there in the living cells? We are dividing it into unicellular, multicellular categories. So unicellular cells which are having, uni means one. Okay, what is the meaning of uni? Uni is cell which is having a single cell, one. Cell with single. Cellular means cell. Uni means single. Single cell. So the meaning of unicellular is single cell. Examples of a unicellular organism can be amoeba and the blue-green algae or the paramecium. Okay. Examples here are amoeba. Amoeba and paramecium. These are the unicellular organisms which have single cell. Okay. See, we are defining cell as a basic structural and functional unit of life or unit of an organism. Here it performs specialized functions. Here the unicellular organisms have single cell, but they perform different functions which are specialized functions. Specific function and specialized function they perform. Okay. For example, amoeba is like this. It is having an indefinite shape. Amoeba is having indefinite shape. It doesn't have a definite shape. Okay. But it has nucleus in it, and also amoeba has, what all things it has? It has pseudopodial extensions or protrudings. These projections are the protrudings. These are called pseudopodia. This pseudopodia helps in locomotion and capture of food. Okay. This is the main function of amoeba. Amoeba is having a specialized function. It is having either locomotion as well as capturing of the food or the feeding. This is done by pseudopodia, which is the protrudings which are coming out from the amoeba. It is having indefinite shape. Okay. Functions of amoeba here are locomotion and feeding. That is done by the pseudopodia. Locomotion and feeding, which is done by pseudopodia, which means pseudopodia helps in locomotion, movement of the body as well as capture of food. Feeding means capture of food. Hen's egg is also an example of single cell organism. Single cell. Okay. Hen's egg. You observe hen's egg, which is ostrich eggs and hen's eggs both will have the same single cell. Okay. See, this egg yolk also have single cell. Single big cell it has. Okay. Amoeba also have single cell. Coming to multicellular organisms. Multicellular organism means, multi means many. Okay. Multi means many and cellular means cell. Many cells. Okay. Under this category of many cells, there are many cells. See, these microorganisms you can observe only with the under a microscope. Without a microscope, with the naked eye or unaided devices, you can't observe these organisms. So you have to use a microscope. Microscope is necessary for this. Okay. So multicellular organisms, like, what do you know about multicellular? Multicellular can be, it's